That's an interesting accusation because how are they justifying? Are they
Well,
justifying
let's
it?
put it this way: when you look at it, and I've had several professionals in the fields look
Yeah.
at that, and they say this guy that did this report is not an engineer.
Yeah.
He's just a building inspector. He has no credentials whatsoever to make that assessment. In fact, I think it's illegal for him to make that assessment. I mean, he's boldly saying these are structurally unsound, and they're dangerous, and they're illegal. So, that's not.
I don't know about this county, and so let me preface this next statement with that because I don't know about this county. But I do know that in most of the counties I have done work in, I have not built anything in Boone, you can usurp any building code inspector's assessment of structural integrity with an engineer's report.
And I believe you can here too. That's
uh,
probably, it makes sense. The engineer is trained to do that.
To the point where even if a building code inspector comes in and says, I'm failing, if this is, if you had permits for all of this, and they said, I'm failing this because of this. If you have an engineer come in and say, no, there's nothing wrong with that, passes inspection.
And that's one of the avenues that we're working towards, and we work towards it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then we had a meeting with the county and told them what we're doing because it sort of said that that's what was okay.
Yeah.
Like the third thing, you read that piece of paperwork,
Yeah.
it says tear down all your buildings is one idea.
Yeah. That's a useful idea. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Bring all the buildings up to modern code so that they aren't anything like our primitive structure buildings.
Right.
Or get an engineer to do an assessment and put his stamp and seal on it that it's structurally sound, and bring everything up to code.
Right.
So like
and bring everything.
And bring everything up
So
to code.
step 3 is step
same
2.
as-
They're saying it's the same as step
Yeah.
2. See, I don't think it's.
a semantics game there. And I when I read it, I think, well, surely they're implying that if we have a structural engineer say that it's structurally sound, then this is kind of why they have this third clause in there.
Yeah.
But then we ask them, and they're like, oh no, it says right here, you have to bring it all up to code.
Yeah.
What's the
Is this one
point?
of the ones that they had problems with the foundation being rock?
This one has a big rock foundation, and every building here has a rock foundation. It's solid rock. So you can say that like solid rock foundation, or this is unacceptable. There's just a rock under that building. It just depends on how you look at it. But there's huge locust beams underneath, like way overbuilt. Like to me, this is a very strong building. Like you were pointing out, these 2x6s are way stronger than normal 2x6s because they truly are 2 inches or better, and 6 inches or better. And the modern board, even though it's not a big difference, it's a big structural difference. The modern boards are a lot smaller.
Yeah, a modern 2x6 is again 1 3/4 by 5 3/4.
And a lot of people that are out there don't even know dimensions that would be listening to a video, but basically it's a tremendous difference. Even though it doesn't look that much difference, that addition that's bonded all together is a huge step up in structural strength.
Yeah, well, and even that, I mean, again, you're supporting a tin metal roof here, and 1x planking system, and you can stick frame 2x6 a 12-12 pitch with composition shingles, sheeting, and tar paper on it on a regular house, and as long as it was built even remotely like this, they would pass it. And I've been in stuff. I mean, I'm right now, because of the way the economy is and construction is, I'm looking back behind people's work all the time. Either because I've been hired to do a renovation and I'm tearing open a wall and seeing what they did, or because I'm doing an inspection for somebody. And, I mean, I can tell you that building code or not, whether, these things are getting passed because someone's greasing the wheel or whatever, the way speaking about this in particular.
This building right here.
This building right here, the way you're building it is better than, it's stronger than most of the way people's houses are built.
Well, personally, it's odd, it's ironic, because personally I would be embarrassed to build on the standards of the modern low
Right.
minimum code.
Right.
I wouldn't think about building minimum code.
I'm the exact same way. You know.
And yet they're saying these buildings aren't up to minimum code. I'm like, they're
They're-
far surpassed
Yeah.
minimum code.
Yeah, and they are, because you're not, weight-wise here, you don't have much. On this tin roof, there's not much weight on this roof, and.
But it's built to where even if there was a lot of snow,
Yeah.
it would hold it up.
Yeah.
You know, so if
It's
there was
built
a lot
right,
of weight.
exactly. It's built for, you know, it's built for weight, and there's not much on it, and that's the thing, you know.